So in the last video we had given the system physics so that the trunk had a collider and the fox had a collider, and when they impact it will stop the fox and the fox will fall over. So let's do the last scene, the last one, there goes the fox falling over. So the next thing we want to be able to do is have the fox jump up and avoid the trunk when the trunk comes moving along. And we'll need to write a script to do that. We already have a script folder, so we'll click on the script folder and create a new script, a C# script, and we'll call it jump. And there you go. In the coding area, when we get there, I'm using a Visual Basic Code, as it's got much better themes for a coding environment. So let's go ahead and double click on this and open up Visual Studio Code. And here we go, and we need to full screen it and we can go to zoom in or out, so that's control equals control negative. So we'll do control equals to expand this a bit. So we can tidy up a bit. These first two lines aren't needed, so we can hover over them and delete them. So now the script is being written to affect the fox, and so we want to apply that to the fox. So we'll left click and put the script on the fox, and we'll click the fox and we'll see that the script has been applied. And what we want to do is be able to hit the fire button, the left mouse button, and have it move appropriately up and down. So we need to detect if that is taking place and get an event, and we'll go into the coding area and start putting that code in. So we're going to put a condition in which asks if something's happened. So if, and in brackets, input is detected, we want to determine that it is get button down, because we're hitting the fire button, and then we want to tell it what that button is. That will be fire 1, and Unity knows it's got a certain amount of built-in functions that identify certain things, and this identifies the pressing of the mouse. So the red squiggly line is looking for an end of statement, which we haven't finished yet, because there is a further component here. So we want to tell it what this operation is connected to. So we're going to ask it to get component, and that component is conventionally named in is higher than less than, and it is our rigid body, our rigid 2D rigid body, and we do a complete after that, and then add a sub-function, because we're going to add a force. The force is being applied through the mouse, and we want to know how much that force is. So that's the first one that we've got on the list there. Add force, and we have another set of brackets. We're going to add a force, vector 2 force. Vector 2 is the y direction. So we're going to put in jump force. We're going to put in jump force. Force is a variable, and we need to define the variable. So we'll come up before the start of the run, and we need to put it in public so we can actually put the number in the game itself and experiment with that. So we're going to do public vector 2 and jump force. And now our little line is complete. So we have a variable, jump force. We're calling the input to see if the button has been pressed down, which is our fire 1, which is the left mouse button. Then that asks us to get the component that is applied to, and it's a rigid body. And we're going to apply a force, and that force is a variable, and that variable will be placed publicly on the outside in the Unity itself. So we can now save this. Go off to Unity. And you can see on the script over here there is a jump force, and apparently the correct number to put in here is 500, but we can play with that. Now when we run the game, we're going to hit the fire button, and it should affect the fox's falling rate and give it an upward direction. So let's see how we get on there. It starts to fall, and we press, didn't have enough force there. So I tried what was normally to be expected, and to solve this problem you just have to go out and search around. So what fires the F1 button? Apparently it's the left control, and there's another fire button for number 2. So we need to press the left control button. I've done this a few times, and 600 is a little much, so I'll shut it down to 400. So when we run the game, it will fall, and just tapping, see, just a little tap and it really moves. Let's get that off there. So it's left control. 300 is more than enough. It really zooms up. So you just tap, 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 tap. If you hold it down, it's just going to go rocketing up, so you can't hold it down. It depends on playing and getting used to the sensitivity of this.